Hello, it's Sweetest Honey 86, and welcome to part 53 of my Pikmin 4 playthrough. In this video, we'll return to the Giant's Hearth, and the only things left there are two caves. I don't even need to get any Pikmin out, I can just run straight to the cave. The first one I'm doing is called the Cradle of the Beast, and judging by this picture, it is going to have an enemy that is in Pikmin 2. I'm bringing the recommended Pikmin, which are red, rocks, and purples. Purple is the one that I can't make any more of at this time, so I want to be careful not to lose those. I'm getting this fiery Bulblax to burn this hay for me. I could just do it with reds, but since he wants to fight, then I'll make him useful. It ran right through the water, so I was able to kill it with all of my Pikmin instead of just relying on the reds for this one. In the two caves that I did in this video, I kept myself separate from Ochi a lot. I mostly played with Ochi unless absolutely necessary to play with my character. I used my character a lot for scouting and making sure there weren't any surprise enemies. I actually think I was a bit too cautious in this gameplay, and it was quite time consuming. Finding a scorch cake is typically pretty easy, but they happen to put a puffy blowhog above this one, which of course immediately scatters all of my Pikmin. It's not dangerous, it's more of an inconvenience to have your Pikmin deflowered and scattered all over the floor. Here's another example of me scouting out an area unnecessarily. I mean, of course I didn't know whether or not there was an enemy at the end of this hallway, but I checked it out just to be sure. And I think that pays off later on in the day. I don't know if I've mentioned this before, but I really love rock Pikmin. They just do so much damage so fast, and they are the heavy hitters that purple Pikmin used to be. This is another example of me playing too cautiously or just not using Pikmin when I should. I had rock Pikmin in this level that I could have used to fight this enemy without any fear of them being crushed, but I fought it with Ochi instead, which took a little bit longer. Taking out the water with Ochi makes a little bit more sense since I don't have any blue Pikmin with me, and I wouldn't want the blue Pikmin to get crushed like Ochi just got crushed. I brought out an old Pikmin 2 trick of using the armored cannon larva to hurt or kill other enemies. It was hard to get it in its path, so I just gave up after a little bit. I don't remember, or maybe I never found out, but can this thing kill rock Pikmin? I really don't know, but they do a lot of damage, so that's one great reason to bring them into this fight. This giant ham was inside of this enemy, and it takes 300 Pikmin strength to carry. And this is where purple Pikmin are very important, since they can carry the strength of 10 each. Plus, I have Ochi. This final sublevel brings back a familiar beast from Pikmin 2, and I feel like I've already said that several times in this playthrough. This one was a little difficult to fight in Pikmin 2, but we have rock Pikmin here. I'll explain in a second. I threw my purple Pikmin to a safe place because at this time I cannot make more purple Pikmin, so I want to keep them away from this fight. And I don't think they have that big of a benefit in this fight if I already have rock Pikmin. So these larvae that you see are infinitely being created by this big beast, and the larva can kill Pikmin pretty fast, and you'll see that in a second as well. What this beast does is it rolls over and crushes any Pikmin that are in the way, which is why you see me throw red Pikmin to the side. There are so many gross things about this enemy, one of them being that when she rolls over, she crushes her own children. But she doesn't crush the rock Pikmin. She tries to, but they're safe, obviously, because they're rocks. So after we bring back everything and the castaway, that is all for this cave. I thought it was going to be more scary than this. I think because I know how to fight this particular boss, it's an easy fight. So if you've played Pikmin 2 before, I believe I've said this before as well, this game is going to be a lot easier for you than if you've never played Pikmin 2. Speaking of bosses from caves in Pikmin 2, this level clearly has the man-at legs in it. We have fought this boss one other time so far, and that was in Olimar's story, so this is the only time we're seeing it in the main game, unless I'm mistaken. This poison spider threw one of my white Pikmin over the edge. That's okay, at least I have the white onion now, so I can make more white Pikmin. I'm trying to remember if the poison spiders were in Pikmin 2. I think they were, but I think they were purple. I might be completely making this up. And they're not called poison spiders. There's another name for them. Um, Weevils? Let me look it up. I'm going to pause this and look it up. So they're called venomed weevils, and they only appear in Pikmin 4 so far. In Pikmin 2, I may have been imagining them being purple and existing, because in Pikmin 2, where there is poison, it is purple or a dark color, versus in this game where it's like a lighter teal color. Sometimes in a cave, the primary danger is being thrown over the edge and not necessarily the enemies themselves. Like these two I'm encountering on this floor, they can possibly throw Pikmin over the edge. They're not really dangerous. With the gates down, it'll be a lot easier to collect the rest of the treasure and fight the rest of the enemies. After I finished this cave, I remembered that there was a castaway that wanted us to build all of the structures in the game, and I think I missed one here. I'll see in a bit, but I hope I haven't missed any of the other ones. I'll probably find a list online and just go through cave by cave and area by area and make sure I've built everything, but I may wait until the end of the game. I don't know what happens in game as far as coming back and completing the achievements, but it's whatever at this point. The layout of this sublevel reminds me of the layout of one of the sublevels in the cave that you fight the man at legs in Pikmin 2. And I'm sure there's more than one sublevel that is either inspired by it or exactly like sublevels in that cave in Pikmin 2. I just don't recognize all of them because I haven't played it a lot because it is so difficult. I tried to charge the spider with Ochi because I thought it was low enough that I could hit it with Ochi and knock it down. But instead, I ended up losing, let's see, 3 Pikmin, which is not a big deal. It's not the best way of fighting those spiders. I'm really enjoying playing this game, and I'm really enjoying the return of caves to Pikmin. However, when recording, some of these fights and some of these sublevels are very redundant, and I try to cut out as much of the boring stuff as possible. I know people enjoy watching some Let's Plays that are long and show every little detail. That's my thing sometimes, especially if the person is particularly entertaining. I usually only find people entertaining when there are 2 people doing a Let's Play, and in my case, it is just me doing it, and I only want to record by myself, at least at this time. However, to the friends that I have previously discussed doing Let's Plays with, you know who you are, I still want to record with you. Ah, I remember now. I think this is the sub-level where I did not build a bridge. Hopefully, it'll be easy to come back and just build the bridge. I think enemies in a cave will respawn after you beat it, or at least after a period of time. I don't know, but I'm going to wait until the end of the game or closer to the end of the game and come back and build that bridge. And we'll probably see it in another minute or two. I hate fighting jelly floats without ice Pikmin or rock Pikmin. It can be just a little bit of a longer fight than I have the energy to give them. I was so over it after this one that I took bombs to the next two on the next platform. I just wanted to kill them and I was willing to lose my precious bombs to do so. As expected, the man at legs is waiting for us on this sublevel, the final sublevel of the cave, and is in the same sort of position, in the same sort of pattern of the cave where we first encountered them in Pikmin 2. This is truly PTSD. I believe I said this in Olimar's story, but it was in a cave just like this one where the man at legs came after my Pikmin and just killed them with his machine gun, and I closed the game and did not play it for a very long time. Here, it's shooting behind me with this laser machine gun as I'm running back to base where Ochi is. And I created 5 glow Pikmin just to have more Pikmin that I could throw at it. There's really not much of a point to use glow Pikmin if I'm not going to use the glow mob. I guess I was just desperate at this point. Here I used the lightning shock, but I used it when he already had his gun out. And that means as soon as he unfreezes, he pulls the laser out and he's ready to shoot. And that's just not a good place to attack it in. There are certain boss fights where I'm willing to take out almost everything in my pack just to beat them without it being an extremely long fight. And this is one of them. This is one of them that I know every time I see it in Pikmin, I will be fighting it with something if I have it on me. It wasn't as hard as I thought it was going to be, and I'm also very glad that it is over. I got the Investigate 5 areas 100% complete accomplishment, which means that we are officially 100% complete with the Giant's Hearth. I spent the rest of the day farming more white Pikmin since I only recently got that onion and getting the raw material that is in the Giant's Hearth. So I'm just going to sit here and watch the sunset as the time runs out. In the next video, we still have 2 more levels in the Trial of the Sage Leaf, so I hope you'll join me to see how those final 2 levels turn out. I'm very excited and very nervous because I want to get them both done in one recording, and then after that we can go to another area in the game. And if you don't mind, please like this video and subscribe to my channel. And until next time, moisturize, hydrate, mind your business, and be kind. Bye.